So if you've ever looked into ways to protect and keep your bike safe with a bike lock, chances are ABUS is not a name you are unfamiliar with. Nearly 100 years old, ABUS is a family-owned German business, and they've made a name for themselves in home security, locks, commercial security, and now they're taking that security and bike protection from just cable and U-locks into body protection. So today we're going to run you guys through primarily the new ABUS CliffHanger, but since we have gotten and put a little bit of time in the new AirDrop, we figured we'd lead things off with that. So let's check out two new helmets from ABUS. All right, so really quick, we're gonna touch on the AirDrop. This is a roughly 800 gram pedal-friendly enduro light-duty DH full-face helmet. It does not have DH certifications, but CPSC and all the other certs are definitely there. So I think e-bike, enduro, aggressive trail riding application here is gonna be where this helmet shines. It is available in a couple of different colors and two different sizes, a small medium and a large extra large. It utilizes ABUS's Zoom Ace retention system, which is similar to a BOA style enclosure. It is also Quinn compatible, so as is the CliffHanger here. So if you're not familiar with the Quinn chip, essentially that is a Bluetooth device. It has 5 crash sensors on board, and it can, monitor the safety of the helmet. It also can send live GPS tracking coordinates. If it does sense that there is an impact or trauma to the helmet, it can alert you via Bluetooth to your cell phone to have you respond. If you are unresponsive, it will also send out SOS notifications to emergency contacts. So it is a cool upgrade for those of you who spend time out riding alone and maybe don't want to tone it back and have that little extra peace of mind. Other features that are kind of unique to the ABUS AirDrop is this collarbone protection unit. To be honest, I know people have crashed and hit and broken collarbones with helmets. I would never want to experience that as someone who has broken their neck before. God, thinking about a helmet going that far would not be comfortable, but I guess it's nice that on top of breaking your neck, you wouldn't also have a broken collarbone. But either way, neat to see something that's a little bit unique and different. Shows that they are putting a little bit of thought into the comfort and end user there. Something else that's a really neat feature is the little cutouts here on the side of the helmet, not just for ventilation, but for awareness. So even though it is a full face helmet, you have pretty good awareness of your surroundings. You can hear the bike nicely, but it also doesn't get really loud when you have that wind rushing by. Usually a goggle strap would be covering that thing as well, but still would allow sound to get in, which is neat. You've got a fixed breakaway visor, which has a little spot there to mount your action camera, which we have done and used in the past. What's nice is that the helmet stays place really well, even with the added weight of the camera under the visor. Overall, a pretty solid helmet. We're going to be working on a long-term review of this in the future, so stay tuned for that, and we're going to get into a little more detail here on the CliffHanger. So a lot of the features found in the AirDrop will be carried over into the CliffHanger, which is ABUS's kind of flagship top tier trail and all mountain helmet. The EPS foam in this helmet is built around their ActiCage, which is an aramid skeleton or cage, you could call it. You can sort of see some of those pieces right here on either side. That kind of continues throughout, but then has that EPS molded around it for stiffness, rigidity, and added safety. As you can see, you've got a highly adjustable visor on this helmet. Something that I think is pretty cool is that the channels don't just sit there for looks, but also allow you to put glasses up here if you flip them over and slide them up. They're out of the way nicely and will stay put. It's got a pretty nice flat top over the brow. It's designed to be run with goggles or eyewear. We've tried it with both and find the helmet to be rather comfortable there. The CliffHanger, like the AirDrop, also is MIPS equipped and Quinn compatible. So if you would like to do the Quinn upgrade, you can do that. same sort of safety features and notifications there. On the CliffHanger, the Zoom Ace adjustment system is a little bit different in that you've got the ability to adjust up or down as well. So that way you can kind of get that to sit right where you need it to be and then adjust the snugness of the helmet. It also has a pretty neat and tidy triangulated strap here and a Fidlock chin strap closure system there. The fit of this helmet, I will say, is I want to say a little bit more egg-shaped. It's a little narrower and longer, so that could be something worth noting for certain riders. What I really like about this helmet is how deep it is. So when you put it on, especially for a trail lid, it really feels like your head's going way up into the helmet, similar to like a full face. The extension and coverage over the rear is pretty nice. The adjustability is quick and easy. The Fidlock, I think they did a really good job with the ergonomics of their levers on this helmet. It seems to be possibly a little bit more oversized compared to some of the older Fidlocks we've used, so using that with a glove is going to be super easy. The MIP system seems to be quiet, offer a pretty good amount of movement. Also, something else that's neat is ABUS says that this helmet is ponytail compatible, so female riders and metalheads rejoice. You've got a nice spot to run a ponytail out the back. I would demonstrate that, but don't have one. Other than that, though, I think a pretty solid all-around helmet. This thing weighs in. We have two helmets here. One weighs 408 grams, and the other one is 397 grams. So call about a 402 gram average for the size medium overall, and I think a pretty solid helmet. Again, we're going to be spending a lot of time in these for a review, but you're coming in pretty competitively from a weight and price standpoint compared to a lot of others that are out on the market, namely it's lighter than the A3 from Troy Lee Designs, $50 more affordable, very competitive with the Fox Speedframe Pro, I think, is probably gonna be a solid competitor there. Again, this guy at 800 grams, gonna be a pretty good option. Also, very similar competitors there. From Fox, Troy Lee Designs. It's a bit heavier than the IXS Trigger. It also, I think, is a bit more enclosed and fuller. It's probably closer to like that Liat, the Mountain 4.0 helmet, which is a pretty solid, burly, kind of heavier duty end of the spectrum compared to like a Cali Invader or that IXS Trigger. But overall, so far we've been excited about what these helmets offer from a safety and comfort standpoint. We are going to be working on a long-term review in the future, so stand by. I'd say if you guys are interested and in the market, so far we've been very pleased with the helmets. Just make sure if you can, try them on first. Helmets are very personal. Everybody's got a different size head, and all brands use a different shape or mold for their customers, you know, usually based on where their company is located. So just be sure if you can, take advantage of the opportunity to try one on or work with an online vendor who will take a return if it doesn't work for you guys. Please, if you have any questions down below on either of these two helmets, things you'd like us to consider in our long-term review, or more specifically, if there's a certain helmet you would like us to compare these against, we'd love to hear that and put those to the test. So thank you guys very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we hope to see you guys out on the trails.